What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today, BTC USD. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. Oh man, it's been a while since I've been this wrong, but man, oh man, have I been wrong. Oh, here we are at the 22nd of June, 8 hours, 24 minutes left in the day. $99,500 is the price. Not a whole lot of volume, but that's to be expected over the weekend, right? We don't normally get a lot of volume. That's also kind of why I'm hesitant still. Even now, I'm still hesitant to call for this $95,000 to $93,000 price area. That would make a lot of sense. It actually does make a lot of sense if we go down there, because from a low to a high, that's where the 382 is. It's an area that we've been talking about for a while, but again, I haven't really considered that this is where we're going since we found support here. Right, I've actually been considering that we would have we'd have a breakout of this diamond pattern and then reverse. Even though we've come down further, that doesn't mean that we can't reverse. We absolutely can. Diamond tops, you guys, again, are notorious. I'm not drawing it the best here, but that's kind of your diamond right there. Take out that little squiggle in the middle. Diamond top, they're notorious for breaking out one direction and throwing back and going through, carrying out the breakout actually to the other direction. They're very notorious for this. And the fact that this breakout has happened over the weekend, right? Friday closed right here. We've got a pretty big CME gap coming in, man, from like 103.3K down to about 100K there. It's a pretty big gap. Let's look at BTC futures. And I don't think that CME gaps are to be taken too seriously, at least from the downside, but to the upside, absolutely, yeah, 103.4. I don't know what it'll open up at, but if it opens down $3,000, a gap down $3,000 or more, maybe more than that even, right? Let's see how the stock market reacts to this stuff. I think the market's going to have a field day tomorrow because the Strait of Hormuz is about to get closed, right? Or that's probably what's going to happen. They're going to, I would assume, send a blockade or something. Bitcoin, this deserves attention. Still attention. 103.5K. Yeah, it broke out and it did continue down. Good job, Crypto. Let's see. Hold on. Raisin Kane just gave the most detailed description. Okay, we don't. All right, let's see. Yeah. I actually made a video just now reporting on that, but let's see. I don't agree with you, Ansem. Cornbread is awesome. I mean, if you put corn in bread, like actual corn, if it's like that, then sure. But cornbread is amazing. It's amazing. You just don't have a refined palate, sir. Let's see here. Hold on. Yeah. Breaking. Major U.S. cities on high alert following airstrikes on Iranian nuclear facilities per Fox. Yeah. And there's fear going on, guys. Things are escalating. And that's why this is happening. So that's why this drop is happening. I think that tomorrow, whenever the markets open, we'll get our reaction. Maybe the markets open down. Maybe the markets aren't phased by this. We'll see what happens. And if they're not phased, we should get a very big recovery in Bitcoin and throughout crypto. But at the moment, it's very possible, even dare I say likely, that we do go lower at this point, right? If we're looking at this from a low to a high, the 382 is all the way down at 95.8K. That's the intended area at the moment. Just below there or right there, that's what I would expect we do. And if Bitcoin drops, let's say, from the current price, Bitcoin drops another 3%, 4%, something like that, the average crypto might drop another like 5, 10, 15%, maybe 20% for some of them. But nothing crazy. Nothing crazy, right? The reality is, by now, we've already seen most of this drop. We've already seen most of it. And I don't think that things are going to escalate to the point of World War III. I think a lot of people are expecting that or anticipating that. I don't think that's what's going to happen. I'm with the people who say I think we just avoided World War III is actually what happened. But we'll see. Russia literally announced last night that they would aid Israel if need be. Right, if things escalated, that they would step in. I mean, you've got the two largest militaries in the world, Russia and America, in defense up against Iran, which, no offense to their military, but it doesn't stand a chance. It literally doesn't stand a chance. They're like 20th on the list from where they are, right? Like these, plus let alone like individually, let alone both of them together. And Russia hasn't taken action yet, but if things were to escalate and civilians were to continue to be attacked in Israel, I think Russia would step in. That's what they said. They said that there are a lot of Russians. They said, Putin literally said yesterday that Israel is practically a Russian-speaking nation because there are so many people from the Soviet Union and Russia that have moved there. That's and he says, and we take that into account. like as in he would protect his own people. He considers them like part of, you know what I mean? $99,300, and you might not like Putin, but the thing is, I mean, that's just the facts. I'm not trying to spin a this is good or this is bad thing. I'm just telling you what's going on. $99,400 right now. 8 hours left in the day. Let's look at the short term stuff and stop talking about the news. I didn't want to talk about the news so much in this video. That's why I made like a news dedicated video. We'll see how that goes. I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of flack for that because it's not my realm of expertise, but that's okay. Still just wanted to get that out of the way nonetheless. High to low, because you guys seem to have a problem. Whenever I don't talk about the news, whenever there's big stuff going on, people seem to have a problem. They're always like, "Are you even aware of what's going on in the world?" It's like, yes, I'm aware. I don't normally like to talk about it whenever it comes to charts, right? But higher lows in the RSI, we do have bullish divergence. We just need 1 hour to close green. If we get one hour to close green, then we do validate this as bullish divergence. That'd be good enough for a move that's back above 100K. Okay, we got bullish divergence on the stochastics, bullish divergence on the RSI. We don't have bullish divergence on the MACD, and that's okay though. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. 4 hour time frame looking at this here. On the RSI, we are at the same areas. 1, 2, 3, 4 lows, lower lows here. We're at the same areas that we found support before. We're just a little bit lower. We do have 18 minutes left in this 4 hour candle. I would think that we're right at an area to bounce, honestly. We might go lower. It's okay if we do. We do have bullish divergence on the stochastics, though. No bullish divergence on the MACD. Escalating that. Getting a little bit lower. And that's okay. That's okay. Overall, I'd say the 4 hour time frame is more bearish than the 1 hour time frame, but it's also indicative that we're probably coming to an end sooner than later with this downtrend, right? If we're looking at this relative low to high here, 97.7K could hold the support, 94.5K. If we go to 94.5K, you guys, that's right there at the 382 of that overall low from April 7th to the high that we had on May 22nd or May 21st there, May 22nd. I think that was the day that we had that all-time high. So something between 97.7 to 94.5K, that's probably where we're going to go. We'll find support around there, and then we'll likely begin to retrace. I still think that, as crazy as it sounds, I still think that we're due for a end-of-month rally. We just might not see new all-time highs by the end of the month, but I think that we will be coming up by the end of the month. I do expect, I don't know, we'll see what happens. If this is a slow, drawn-out thing, then maybe not. But if things escalate quickly, and they seem to be escalating quickly, I do expect military action to be swift on the U.S.'s behalf. And who knows, Russia might even get involved, man. And if I don't know, man. Maybe that's what it takes. Maybe that's what it takes. Mother Russia coming in. Daily time frame here. The MACD right here, suggesting that we are at a low point, right? Typically, you look to find support around the zero. We found support here, right? Coming down from these high levels, coming down, finding support. We found support right here before. You can go a little bit below, that's still support, but we're right in that zone now where over this week, if we start to move up, we would be finding support on both these oscillators at this zero line, and that's very, very common to do. Your MACD is building in bearish momentum here, but we have lower lows in the price while having higher lows in the histogram. Higher lows here, higher lows there, lower lows in the price. That is bullish divergence. Alongside the fact that you're bouncing at the zero, that's potentially a bullish setup there, you guys. Stochastics, the blue line is at some of the lowest readings we've seen since September of last year, right? The last time that we saw readings at this level besides here was August, which was our low point in August, whenever we were at that massive kind of corrective phase here that lasted, the halving correction that lasted for like 6-7 months. That there. Both of those times were at significant low points that then we began to grow from. This low was actually like the beginning of that next move up that we saw from about 50K all the way up to about 100K, right? And we're there now in the stochastics, right? We can go lower. We absolutely can go lower, but I think we're closer to a low. The MACD and the stochastics both are hinting at that. And the RSI being here right at the oversold zone, if we get some green days after this, you guys, if tomorrow or the next day is green, if we start to recover from here, we're set up for a bounce right off the oversold zone. This is powerful as well, right? And I think we could even go lower. It's fine if we do. But I think that we're closer one way or another. We're either right at the point where we are going to bounce, right? It's the same old song and dance I've been singing for the past 3 days now. We're either right at the point where we are going to bounce, or we're very near the end of this move down, right? And if we are going down, again, I'm not thinking anything too crazy. From a low here, from where we are now, to get to 94K, that's a 5% drop. Like, we're talking about a drop that, at the most, that I could possibly imagine would be just over 6% from here. And if that happens, you double that for the average altcoin, triple that for the average altcoin. That means 12 to 18% drop no matter what you're looking at. So persevere. I would expect that this is a black swan event. We get some kind of dump. We had a black swan event. You guys remember the last black swan event that we had? Do you remember? Like truly black swan event that we had. Do you remember what it was? Maybe this was it. Maybe that was it right there. I don't even actually remember what happened here. What that would have been on August, I don't even remember. Was that Russia Ukraine kicking up? I don't know. The last like truly black swan event that we had was COVID. Right? We go all the way back there. Let's look at what happened. All the way back here. You see what happened? We dumped. Massive dump. And then immediately recovered. V-shaped recovery, right? So as scary as things might seem right now, looking into the future, looking into the coming days, the coming weeks, I don't think this persists. I don't think this gets worse. I think anybody who's saying that World War III is about to happen, I don't think that's what's happening. I think that, yes, things are escalating, but I don't think any other countries want to get involved. The only countries that want to get involved seem to be Russia, and they're on the side of the United States. That's not going to escalate things. That's going to extinguish this fire faster, actually, if they were to get involved. So, and I mean, Pakistan, I think, wants to back up Iran, but again, they're not. I don't think that they're going to get involved when Russia's saying that they would come to, like, if Pakistan got involved, Russia would probably get involved too, man. Like that, you know, and that's I think they know that, but I don't know. I'm assuming a lot here, and I feel like I've gotten a lot wrong on this recently, so I could still be wrong on that. But I got nothing else for you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. All right, take care. Bye bye.